Hare Krishna, everyone. Hare Krishna, everyone. So, continuing our discussion, what we discussed in our previous class, that there are 24 lakhs species of life. And, we have gone through all of these species. We might be gorilla, we might be dolphin, we might be an eagle, we might be a rat in our past birth, in our past lives. So basically, the process is when any being he has gone through all these species, basically, he has explored all the costumes. After exploring all the costumes, he finally gets this human life. So now we should, think about this, that how rare this human life. So process is this, but then also if through the mercy of any devotee, if any devotee feeds some prasadam to any animal or bird, even accidentally also any being consume prasadam, Krishna prasadam, he will definitely get human life in his next birth. And he will definitely get chance to do Krishna Bhakti. So we should be very much compassionate on every being. Now, as things are getting clear, we are able to see this thing, even if not, not if you're not able to relate with that completely, but then also you should think whenever you see any animal, any mosquito, you should never hit them. You should see that they are also souls like us. They have just, they have got those costumes due to their past karmas. So they are just roaming in those costumes. We should not see differences because we are not this body. No one is low or high. They have got that particular costume, that body, according to their past deeds. So one should understand this thing. So according to Padma Puran, there are 84 lakh species of life. We can take on any of them at death. But Krishna promises that one who knows his birth and activities in truth is freed from this cycle of transmigration. So see, Krishna is promising material people in this material world, if they do any sort of promises, they will, they will always break it. This is their talent of breaking promises. Is it not? Even we have also, we might have broke many promises. So this is basically our talents. But Krishna never breaks promises, any promises. Krishna is God. If Krishna has said anything, then that is only his promise. You don't have to promise anything. Whatever he is saying in Bhagavad Gita, that is his promise only. Even though if he is not saying that I am promising this, I am promising that, then also his words, whatever he is telling to Arjuna, that is his promise only. So see, so we can take on any of them at that, all of these species of life. If anybody loves to eat non-veg, he's fond of eating non-veg, then he will become a carnivorous animal. What are carnivorous animals? You might have studied this in your school. That person can become a tiger, lion, or a bear. Or if we talk about birds, that person can become an eagle. Or if we talk about insects, then it might become an ant. Ant also consume meat. You might have seen that if any, insect or any insect will die, but then those ants will take that body with them. So that is actually their feast. So yeah, not only animals, birds also and ants also consume uh, they also consume these meat and all. So according to different consciousness of beings, they get their next body. So we should not think, see, whatever we do, it has a really big impact on our lives. So we should not think that whatever we are doing, nothing will happen in future. We should never think like this. Have you ever heard of law of attraction? Whatever you do, it will come back to you. So in our scriptures only, it is written that whoever is, if anybody is killing animals, for example, if anybody is killing a hen for the sake of, roasting that hen and for the sake of enjoying that hen as a feast, then in his next birth, that person will also become that hen. And by that particular hen only, he will be, he will be get roasted in his next life. It is written in our scriptures. We will discuss this in future for sure. So yeah, this is practical. Whatever we do, it has a really big impact in our life. So one should be very much conscious. Of course, you all are devotees. You're really nice devotees. I'm talking about the people who have, they don't know even this starting alphabet of dharma, which is D. They often do activities like this. How does one understand Krishna's birth and activities in truth? Now, this is also a question. How can one understand Krishna's birth and activities in truth? This is explained in the 18th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. See now, again shloka of Bhagavad Gita. So are you able to understand this thing that these books are non-different from Bhagavad Gita? We are not discussing any science, any geography, or any ordinary textbooks here. This is non-different from Bhagavad Gita. Okay. So let's see. भक्त्या मामभिजानाति यावान्यस्यास्मि तत्त्वतः ततो मम तत्त्वतो ज्ञात्वा विस्तेतद anantaram. One can understand the Supreme Personality as he is only by devotional service. Yes. If you want to, there is no any other way to know Krishna, to know our Supreme. There is no other way. If you want to know Krishna, then it is only possible by devotional service, by bhakti. Lord Krishna himself is telling this thing. And when one is in full consciousness of the Supreme Lord by such devotion, he can enter into the kingdom of God. Bhagavad Gita 18.55. Srila Prabhupada says, the more we serve Krishna, the more we know about Krishna. And see, this is practical thing. When we read Gita, when we are reading Gita, when we are reading these books, even, yeah, so if we are reading scriptures in Guru Parampara, we will be able to understand the knowledge as it is. You will see, this is practical example, you will see many people, they read Gita, but they never accept Krishna as God. So they never, they are never able to understand God. God will always become a secret for them if they will not. Because see, this is practical thing. We should always, especially spiritual books, scriptures, we should always read in guidance. We can't understand things by ourselves. In today's class only, there was a Mataji. Prabhuji was telling that there's a devotee, she's a Mataji. So right now, Prabhuji is discussing a book, Harinam Chintamani. So that devotee was telling that I have read this book earlier, but I didn't understood anything, the real concept. I was not able to understand it. But now she's hearing Prabhuji's classes, so she's telling that I'm able to understand really very nicely. So it is very much important to read scriptures and guidance. Very much important to take knowledge in parampara, Guru Parampara. You will see if in case someone has even no plan to get love of Krishna or do any bhakti or something, then also if he's fond of reading spiritual books or he's fond of learning these things related to spirituality, he will definitely become devotee. This bhakti this bhakti process is this much potent. Even I am telling you now that my planning was not to do any bhakti or something. I was just, randomly dancing on Hare Krishna Kirtan. Yeah, there was no any plan to do any bhakti or something. I was just randomly dancing on Hare Krishna Kirtan. I used to do that. But later on, after that, there was a girl, she told me that you should also chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So I started chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And by time, it is like natural that even if someone is saying Hare Krishna, this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, he's not chanting these holy names so seriously, then also Krishna will take that person to him. Krishna will attract him towards him. This is the potency of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So my dear devotee friends, even if you are not hearing classes regularly, even if you are not able to visit temple regularly or whatever other activities also, if you are not able to do consistently, chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra every single day. Never ever skip chanting. So one should understand this thing. Moving forward. Here again, the word tatvatah in truth is used. One can understand the signs of Krishna in truth by becoming a devotee. He who is not a devotee, who does not strive for Krishna consciousness, cannot understand. So are you able to catch this point? You only tell me if anyone is not striving for Krishna consciousness. Or let's not talk about Krishna consciousness. If anyone is not striving for anything, then there is no possibility of him to get that thing. Is it not? For example, if you are striving to get a job, then what will you do? You will give some exams, you will prepare for exams, you will give those exams, then you will go on a training, then finally you will get a job. So you strive for getting a job. Then only you followed this whole process because you strived for it. But now, if suppose there was you were not striving for it, you didn't try anything, so will you get any job? So if one wants to understand Krishna, want to know more about Lord, then he will have to strive for it. He will have to become devotee. I mean, what does that mean? Simply chanting. I will repeat same things. There's no any other new way for that. So yeah, same thing is here. To know God, if you're trying, if you're striving to know God, then only you'll be able to know God. And you will see it is easy also. You just easily have to chant. Even, it's winter time. If during winter you don't feel like going out, you can simply chant in your blanket also. Yes, there is no rule of chanting. Even you haven't took, even you haven't take bath, then also you can chant without taking bath. You can touch your beads. There is no any rule for that, and you simply have to hear. Just sit comfortably. You can even lie on your bed. Hearing is this much nice. Or when you are doing any of your work, when you are traveling, you can do these chanting and hearing all the time. The good thing is that there is no need to go anywhere for this. See, we are discussing classes in our comforts. We are comfortably sitting in our homes and we are discussing these classes. People who are not coming in classes, they might be hearing recordings at their own comfort. So how easy this bhakti process is. One should understand this. At the beginning of the 4th chapter also, Krishna tells Arjuna, Bhagavad Gita 4.3, that he is explaining this ancient science of yoga to him because Arjuna is my devotee and my friend. You might have seen this thing that see in in next line. For one who simply makes an academic study of Bhagavad Gita, the science of Krishna remains a mystery. So before discussing this line, You might have seen, if you have ever opened Bhagavad Gita, so you will see in its index, Krishna has also talked about other sadhans. There are many other ways. You will see there is Gyan Yoga, there is Ashtang Yoga, there is Nishkam Yoga. So there are other ways also. And if one follows those other ways, then also some purification will happen, no doubt. But the only way to understand Lord is this Bhakti Yoga. If you want to understand God, if you want to get love of Lord, if you want to go back to Lord, then this Bhakti Yoga is perfect. And this is the only way. There is no any other way. There is no any other option. Plus Bhakti, you will see, it is most potent, plus very easy. So why not to go for that? You will see other ways are very hard. If I will tell you that, if I tell you about Dhyan Yoga, so you just do some Dhyan, just meditate on whatever. It is very difficult actually. If you really want to, practice Dhyan, then practice Hare Krishna, just chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra very attentively. Try to chant out loud from your mouth and try to hear it from your ears very attentively with great concentration. So Krishna is telling Arjuna this ancient science of yoga. Why? Because Arjuna is Krishna's devotee. So now, on other hand, if anybody is simply, he's reading Bhagavad Gita as an academic study, then science of Krishna will remain a mystery for him. Lord will always remain a mystery for him then. So one should understand this thing also. That's why you will see that there are many people who gives Gita Parvachan. Yes, they give Gita Pravachan to many people. Even I will, tell you my practical example. This happened with me practically in my life. You might have seen people often give their pravachan on Gita in cities also. So there was a temple. It was demigod's temple. So invitation came from there that there will be a Gita pravachan. You all should visit. So I also went there and I was hearing his pravachan, but I was not able to connect with his, whatever he was speaking. I was not able to connect with that. He was not telling that Krishna is supreme. He was just speaking Bhagavad Bhagwan ki jai, Bhagavad Bhagwan ki jai. He was not, he has not even not single time. I didn't heard even a single time from his mouth speaking Krishna's name. He haven't said Krishna even for once. And see, we are discussing here in every line, we are saying Krishna, 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 Krishna. Is it not? You just think about this also. If you say Krishna, Krishna is really very attractive name. I sometimes, when I say Krishna, I just, I just want to say this again and again. Krishna, 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 how attractive this name is. Now see, if this name is so much attractive, then what to say about Lord Krishna himself? So yeah, that person was not saying, he was not telling that Krishna is supreme or whatever. He was not saying anything. Or we should, serve Krishna. Our ultimate purpose of life is to serve Krishna. He was not telling anything. He was not telling anything. Otherwise, you see now, whatever we hear about Krishna, if we hear Krishna Katha, we feel so much affection about Krishna. Is it not? We feel so much connection. But there was no connectivity when I went there and I was hearing his pravachan. There was no connectivity. I was not able to connect with this. And you know the amazing thing? Actually, it's not amazing at all. People has made this a business now. They're actually selling name of Lord. You know, one should never ever hear Gita knowledge, Gita pravachan from such people who are doing it for the sake of charging some amount. Never hear. You only think now if he is doing so, if he is giving Gita pravachan and he's doing it for the sake of money, then he himself has not understood Gita, the sar of Gita. He himself not understood this. You know, devotees become so much selfless when they hear Krishna Katha, when they serve Krishna, they become so much selfless. You will see any ISKCON devotee who is, you know, what to say. You just see now Prabhuji is taking lecture, or we are also discussing classes here. We do not charge any amount or something, is it not? Even if you also, if you will tell someone about this knowledge, if you will make someone understand about this book which we are understanding, will you be charging amount from them? Just think about this. We can't even think about this thing that we will be charging some amount. No. But if someone is doing this, then what does that mean? He's still giving importance to material things, is it not? He's doing it for the sake of earning some money, some fame. So Krishna remains a mystery for them. They will never understand. Bhagavad Gita is not a book that one can just purchase from the bookstore and understand by scholarship alone. Yeah, this is reality. Yeah. One more thing we need to understand, that the knowledge that we are getting, this Gita knowledge, even if we are discussing classes here, so it's not me who is giving this knowledge to you. It's Krishna himself who is giving this knowledge. You know, Krishna make medium to people and preach this knowledge through them. This is reality. I was telling you in previous class only now that when I hear my recordings, I, I remain surprised. I wonder that is it me who is speaking all these things? Literally. I'm not, I'm not saying it just for the sake of saying. I'm not cracking any joke here. I really wonder. So it's Krishna who preaches this pure knowledge by himself, by making other people medium. Isn't this just amazing? Krishna is just amazing, literally. Arjuna was not a great scholar, nor a Vedantist, nor a philosopher, nor a Brahmana, nor a renunciate. He was a and a military man. He was a family man and a military man, Kshatriya, that we call in Hindi. Why? Yeah. Where were we? Yes. So he was a military man. But still Krishna selected him to be the recipient of Bhagavad Gita and the first authority in the disciplic succession. Wow. So Guru Parampara means disciplic succession. Now we get the right word. Guru Parampara means disciplic succession. Yes. So see, we discussed this thing earlier also, that you will see Arjuna was not a brahmachari. Sorry, he was a brahmachari, but he was not in brahmacharya ashram. He was in grahasti ashram. But Krishna chose him to give this knowledge. So we should never think that only brahmachari, the people who are in brahmachari ashram, they can only get liberate from this world and the stuff like that. If you are in grahastha ashram, then you can be a grahasth brahmachari, a grahasth brahmacharini, and you can still get Krishna. So yeah, Krishna chooses him, and Krishna chosen him, and the first authority in the disciplic succession. He chose him. Why? Because you are my devotee. This is the qualification to understand Bhagavad Gita as it is. And Krishna as he is, one must become Krishna consciousness. Wow. This is just wow. I just love this line. This is the qualification to understand Bhagavad Gita as it is. Just repeat after me. This is the qualification to understand Bhagavad Gita as it is. This is the qualification to understand Bhagavad Gita as it is. What is the qualification? To become devotee of Lord Krishna. So one should understand this thing. Becoming a devotee of Lord Krishna means serving Lord Krishna. It's not like that, yeah, I am devotee of Lord Krishna and I will fag some cigarette. No. So yeah, devotee of Lord Krishna means you have devoted to Lord Krishna. You are serving Lord Krishna. And Krishna, and you will be able to, and this is the qualification to understand Krishna. Oh, yeah, let's just highlight this also. Krishna as he is. One must become Krishna conscious. So this is the quality. One must become Krishna conscious. You know, we should just put this line in our billboard. Or you can just write this and you can hang it somewhere. Or you can, like, wherever you can see this again and again. Very striking line. Very deep line. Krishna consciousness means, what is the meaning of Krishna consciousness? Becoming Krishna, becoming conscious. Becoming conscious of what? That whatever we see, it is of Krishna. So that person is becoming conscious that nothing is, whatever I'm saying, there is nothing which is apart from Krishna. The reason of everything in this world is Krishna. When does he become more conscious? We discussed the example of mirror, is it not? That you will see, just like that mirror, it is covered with so much of dust, layers of dust. But if we will try to see our face in that mirror, we will not be able to see our face nicely. So, same way, see, it's, oh wow, see, it's discussed here. And what is this Krishna consciousness? That is the process of cleansing the dust from the mirror of the mind. So, same way, in our mind, there is dust. There is dust. So much dust is covered on our mind. And that's why we are not able to experience what we should actually experience. Right? We discussed this thing, our real constitutional status, that we are Satchidanand. But we are not able to experience our real state because of this covering. So now, how to clean this dust, this covering? By taking the daily dose. We already take the daily dose. What? What dose do we take? Dose of 28 pills. That is 28,000 pills. We take daily dose of 28,000 pills. That is Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So by chanting this great Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, we take this dose. Is it not? Chanting 16 rounds of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra means 28,000 names of Lord Krishna, approximately 28,000. So these are, this is our 28,000 pills that we take every single day, our daily dose. This is the ultimate solution for clearing our dust. And you will see when you will chant this mantra, then only you will be able to understand scriptures very nicely. And you yourself will experience this. Like before starting this class, before starting this book, we, at the very beginning when we used to, discuss many other books, there was a time when at the very beginning we were not chanting, but you will see we were not understanding things very nicely at that time because we were not chanting. Even one will wonder that, is that Mataji speaking English language only? I'm not able to understand what what she's saying. What is she saying? So if you will think that we will not do chanting, we will just do hearing. I'm just liking this hearing thing. And you will not be able to understand things nicely. Or okay, one more thing. If you are understanding scriptures nicely, okay, I'm assuming this thing, I'm accepting this thing, that you are a really very nice devotee. You're understanding these scriptures, these books really very nicely. So in books, in scripture, Srila Prabhupada ji is telling almost in, every second or third page, Srila Prabhupada ji is telling to chant this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. So if you are understanding scriptures, so you will definitely understand that you have to chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Is it not? If you are understanding scriptures, then you will definitely understand this thing also. Is it not? But if you will think that, okay, I'm understanding that chanting, that, okay, if we will think, okay, I will think that I will only do chanting, and I will not hear scriptures because I'm understanding scriptures nicely. The sar is that we have to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra nicely. Then also you will not be able to chant for long. See, chanting and hearing, these both things are very much important. It's not like that if we will skip chanting, only hearing, then we will progress, or if we are only hearing and not chanting, then also we will progress. No, both things are connected. Both the things are connected with each other. Scriptures are our scriptures is also our do's to continue our chanting, and our chanting is also our do's to understand scriptures. We know the benefits of chanting. We know how beneficial hearing and chanting is, but it is important to hear daily. Then only we'll be able to continue. So not even a single day one should think to, skip our sadhanas. This hearing and chanting is our sadhana only, our daily sadhana. One should never think of skipping these, not even for a single day. Never compromise with your chanting. Never ever compromise with your 16 rounds. And that's why Prabhuji, especially Prabhuji, always say to chant your rounds in morning itself. If our chanting completes at the very first only, then we'll be like free, tension free. Otherwise, you will see if we will leave chanting for later, then we will keep on, stressing. Oh, I need to chant. I need to chant. My rounds are left. Then that is really not good thing. And there are chances that you will, skip chanting later if you forget it to chant. So best thing to chant your rounds in morning itself. By chanting this mantra and by hearing Bhagavad Gita, we can gradually attain to Krishna consciousness. Yes, we become more conscious. As we understand scriptures, we become fixed to this path. 𝗃𝗲𝗃𝗧𝗲𝗹𝗵𝗺. Krishna is always present within our heart. So now this example we will discuss in our next class. We'll stop here. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande. Hari Bol.